Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and self-care. So if that's your vibe, please consider hitting subscribe anytime during the video. And today I want to do an update on a video I released in 2020 all about my favorite Cica creams, because that video actually contains quite a few products that are now discontinued or really hard to find. And on top of all of that, I've discovered a couple of newer Cica creams and anti-irritation creams that I really enjoy. So I felt like an update was really needed to share all of my current favorite Cica creams with you. So if you guys are so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. A quick refresh on Cica. It's a nickname for Centella. So of course, Centella extract, but it can also stand for madecassoside, madecassic acid, aziatic acid, and aziaticide. Those are the four active compounds of Centella. And when you isolate those, it just kind of helps to concentrate all the good benefits. Now, the benefits of Centella, of course, include soothing irritation relief, but it also offers, antioxidant protection. It also offers inflammation reduction, redness reduction, and it can also help to promote healing and skin hydration. Cica creams aren't just fancy face moisturizers. You definitely can put it all over your face as a moisturizing step, but these can also be used on bug bites. They can be used on wounds, rashes, burns. It can be used on razor burn, any area that you feel a little bit of irritation or need calming, soothing relief. That's what Cica creams are for. So they are not only multi-benefit, but multi-purpose too. So let's start off with the Cosrx Pure Fit Cica Cream. So this contains Centella extract, leaf and root extracts, and we also have the four active compounds of Centella in here. I've been recommending this product left and right since I discovered it a little over a year ago now. And a big reason why, I think, is just the really pleasing texture. Out of every product I'm going to talk about in this video, I think this one has the most universal appeal just on texture alone, because it's this light gel cream texture. It feels hydrating on the skin. It's got a gel quality to it, but there is a little bit of moisture, just a whisper. It's got great absorbency into the skin. It feels light and breathable. It doesn't have a lot of occlusivity to it. It's a very breathable type of cream, and I can see this working for oily skin types, but I can also see it working for combination skin. I can see this being a great cream if you like to use Cica multiple times throughout the day. I do this sometimes when I have patches of irritation. I'll put on a little bit of cream in the morning. I'll put a little bit more on that area in the afternoon, maybe a little bit more, in the evening before I wash my face. And this is the type of cream that doesn't build up really heavy or thick or greasy or start to pill on your skin. If you like to use Cica creams like that, this has a really pleasing texture in that sense too. So I just think that it would work for a real good variety, of people and a good variety of uses. But really, when it comes down to it, this soothes irritation. And that's what we're all looking for in our Cica creams, right? We want irritation relief, and this works so beautifully. It's got such a wonderful calming ability to it, but also that hydrating ability to it. And I just find oftentimes when my skin is when it is irritated, it's actually craving hydration. It's also craving moisture, but it's craving hydration too. And I think that's where this line from Cosrx, and I'm talking about the whole line now, because I do find this particular product on its own brings beautiful relief to the skin. When combined with those other Centella products, that's when the irritation relief just starts to go up and up and up. It's like you're Centella packing, you know what I mean? And when you're getting all that Centella into your skin, the mix that Cosrx uses is really nice. We've got different parts of the Centella plant plus the four active compounds. It's a recipe for success. Next up, let's talk about the Roche-Posay Cicaplast B5 Balm. Now, this uses a really interesting combination of panthenol and madecassoside. So panthenol, this is an ingredient that not only hydrates the skin, but it fortifies your skin's lipid layer, which helps your skin really hold on to hydration. It's a great dehydration fighter. And then we have madecassoside. Remember, that's the active compound found in the Centella plant, and it's a very powerful little isolated compound that is really most responsible for all of Centella's soothing abilities. It is really good at calming and soothing your skin. This also has zinc and copper gluconate, and these are interesting ingredients that really help promote wound healing on the skin and skin repair. So this is chalking up to not just be a cream that can calm your skin down, but also helps to strengthen and repair damaged, vulnerable skin. So the texture of this cream is really interesting. It actually reminds me a lot of like a sunscreen texture, because when you get it out of the tube and you start to work it onto your skin, it feels kind of thick. But that first impression is a little bit deceiving. You really, you will be rewarded as you work this into your skin, because as it warms up, as it thins out, it starts to feel lighter. It starts to have like almost a little hydrating effect on the skin, and it starts to spread so much easier. So it just needs a little bit of work. It just needs a little bit of warmth, and then it rewards you. And this is interesting because it actually brings a nice amount of moisture into your skin, but in a really light weight layer on your face. So it doesn't weigh your skin down, but it does bring some really good comforting moisture. And I would say this actually has a nice amount of occlusivity to it as well. So it's helpful to just kind of like really help protect the area of irritation or discomfort. It can kind of also help a little bit with dehydration and transepidermal water loss as well. And the soothing on this is really, really good. I have gotten a lot of benefit using this on patches of eczema, and I think the amount of moisture that it brings, the amount of irritation relief that it brings, and that little bit of protective occlusivity that it can create on top of the patch all really help promote not only the relief of irritation of eczema, but also help to promote the healing of eczema. So I found a lot of relief there. I've actually just used it on dry, irritated, chapped lips. Lots of benefit there. Or when my skin is just feeling a little bit off, a little bit sensitive, I will use this almost like a sleeping pack on top of my final moisturizer, just a little thin layer of this. It doesn't feel too heavy on my skin, but it just gives that little extra layer of protection and that little extra layer of irritation relief. Next up, the Purito Centella Unscented Cream. We've got 50% of Centella extract, 3 out of the 4 active compounds of Centella, so we're not doing bad in that department. And we have 2% of niacinamide. Now you may know that as a great ingredient to help brighten up and even out your complexion, but it's also a skin barrier strengthening ingredient alongside of the OG skin barrier strengthening ingredient, ceramide NP. So this formulation, it's really focused not only on calming your skin, but helping to strengthen it too. So I think that's a nice combo with this cream. And texture wise, this cream is actually like a really nice balance between the Cosrx Cica cream and the Roche-Posay Cicaplast balm. This is somewhere in the middle. It is a silky, moisturizing, creamy type of texture with really beautiful absorbency. And this just feels so luxurious, just like really beautiful, absorbency into the skin. But it's a medium weight cream. It doesn't overwhelm your skin, and it's not really, really rich with moisture to the point that it feels greasy on your skin. It's just the right balance. And this has some nice occlusivity to it. It's not as occlusive as La Roche-Posay, but it's gonna lock it in and lock it down just a little bit more than the Cosrx. So based on this texture, you can see it serving more combination skin to dry skin. And in fact, this is the one out of all of the products we've talked about so far that I like the most as a full face moisturizer, because it just has all those little individual elements that my combination, leaning a little bit more on the dry side, skin really appreciates. But this can also still be used just to spot treat any area that needs that little extra TLC. I oftentimes just put this around my nose, which is really prone to dry, flaky skin that can sometimes even crack, and get kind of like a little bit raw and just a little bit irritated and painful from winter. Winter is just so rough on my skin. This cream, it just has the right amount of moisture. There's the right amount of calming to it, just that nice amount of barrier strengthening that really can help that area quite a bit. So we've already covered some really great Cica creams that have textures that will serve a variety of skin types. And I wanted to dedicate a little bit of time in this video to talk about alternative calming ingredients that you can consider for your anti-irritation arsenal. So first up, I want to talk about the Roche-Posay Eczema Cream. So no, you don't have to have eczema in order to get the benefits of this cream. This is really just something that calms and soothes the skin. But instead of using Centella, it's focusing on colloidal oatmeal. You're probably familiar with this ingredient for sensitive skin because it is a very calming and soothing ingredient that can not only help with irritation, but it can relieve like that itchy feeling on the skin, which is a big reason why this is marketed towards eczema prone skin, because you can get that real intense irritated itch from eczema. But this will work if you don't get eczema too. Other ingredients here, shea butter brings a lot of beautiful moisturization into the skin, and we have niacinamide. Remember, that helps to strengthen your skin's moisture barrier. Now the texture here, it's buttery, it's a little bit thicker, but it's got really great absorbency into the skin. It leaves your skin feeling really moisturized, really nourished and pampered, and really silky soft. It's a real medium weight type of cream on the skin. It is thicker than a lot of the creams we've talked about, but I don't think that this veers into super heavy territory. And it has a nice amount of occlusivity to it, but surprisingly not quite as occlusive as the Roche-Posay Cicaplast balm that we talked about before. Even though that's a lighter weight on the skin, it's more occlusive. This is more of like a medium occlusivity. I actually like this sometimes as a full face moisturizer too, but I've gotten a lot of benefits from this when my skin does have an eczema flare up, or I'm just getting really dry and itchy skin on my face, or sometimes even on my hands or body. That's where this cream really shines out of everything we've talked about. This really helps with that itchy dryness. I've even begun swimming in a chlorinated pool, which is, you know, terrible for your skin. Can really dry your skin out if you're not careful. And this has often been part of like my after swim routine, just to kind of help replenish the lipids in my skin, bring a little bit of that soothing oatmeal into my skin, and the skin strengthening niacinamide. This is a really nice, rich, nourishing cream for eczema prone skin or just dry, itchy skin. And I have to talk about the Naturekind Super Barrier Urea 5 cream. Now this is actually technically a Cica cream because it does contain madecassoside and panthenol, ingredient combo we've already talked about, but obviously the main difference here is the 5% of urea. Now this is such a fabulous ingredient with multiple benefits. Urea is a natural moisturizing factor, so it can help to hydrate your skin, but it also helps to bring irritation relief to the skin, and it is another ingredient that can help with intense itch. It really helps to calm the skin and strengthen your skin's moisture barrier. So this has a lot of similar benefits like the Roche-Posay Eczema Cream that we just talked about does. I mean, really the main difference here is the texture. This is definitely a lot more moisturizing, a little bit more medium weight on the skin, and this texture is going back into that lighter gel cream territory. This has a really nice hydration effect on the skin. It absorbs really beautifully with just a whisper of moisture, really light feeling on the skin, and really very little occlusivity. So if you liked the sound of this cream, but it just was like, it's just gonna be too heavy for you, you can get all that wonderful irritation and itchy, relief with a much lighter texture with Naturekind. And I really do have to highlight that the urea is really a special star player here. You know, I discovered this cream when I was going through a really bad flare-up of eczema on my lip last winter, and the itch was just so intense, almost to the point of being kind of painful. And that's when I picked this cream up, because I was like, I know urea is really good for itchy skin, and this brings deep itch relief. And I think there's something special about urea and the madecassoside combined together. I mean, talk about a really like a powerful Cica cream combination. So this really relieved the itch. But what's also very special about urea, especially when it comes to, eczema, you know how you get that rough patch of skin with eczema? This Urea really helps to break up the keratin, which is basically like the glue that holds all those excessive dead skin cells together. It helps to break that up. It's not as like exfoliating as like a BHA would be. It's not like chemical exfoliation where you need to be worried about like irritation, you know what I mean, on the skin. It's much milder than that. This is great for softening your hands. It works on your feet, it works on elbows, it works on knees, you know, anywhere you have rough skin. This will help to soften and break up those rough patches. So I hope you guys enjoyed my update on my current favorite Cica creams, and I'm curious to know, do you have a favorite Cica, or it doesn't have to be Centella based, but just any anti-irritation cream or product that has been bringing your skin a lot of benefit? Let us know in the comment box below. If you love this video, if it was really helpful for you, but you're not subscribed to my channel, you didn't hit that subscribe button yet, please do consider doing that before you jump out of this video. I release a lot of new skincare and self-care content throughout the week, so consider turning on notifications too so you're never out of the loop. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.